let's move on to the villains of the piece. And I am saying multiple villains here because although Caecilius is our main villain, there is also the reveal of Dormammu.
The Dread Dormammu?
The Dread Dormammu. By the hoary horse of Hogarth. Look at you, dropping references. So let's talk about Caecilius. I feel like this character, as much as I like Mads Mikkelsen, and the D evidently is silent, and it's not Mads, which...
Many interviews with Brian Fuller taught me that.
Yes. Caecilius does not, from my point of view, solve Marvel's villain problem. I think it's yet another kind of underwritten or underutilized character played by an overqualified actor for such a role.
Yeah.
You know?
He was fine, and I think their sort of low bar is Malekith in Thor of the Dark World as far as
Which he was up for.
Right. Which I couldn't tell you a thing about that character except, he kind of looked cool, but that's it. But yeah, again, great actor, so it was exciting to even have him in this movie. A perfectly adequate villain has scripted, which isn't what you want, right?
Right.
Like, he's fine.
You want memorable.
Yeah, you want
memorable and menacing.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like in this case, I guess maybe it's even a little more disappointing because the seeds are there. He's got the backstory, the history with the Ancient One. There's things there, but it felt like he needed 3 more scenes.
Yeah.
It's
just not enough screen time.
It's just not enough screen time and not enough. And what we're kind of told these things. Oh, yeah, he was one of the Ancient One's disciples, and then he turned. And blah, blah, blah.
Show, don't
Yeah.
tell.
So we don't feel that. We don't feel that history because there's not enough screen time to really get it there. So he gives a good performance. He has a great opening sequence. The movie's opening sequence with him and the Ancient One fighting. And he's a nice presence in the movie, but as far as a memorable villain, unfortunately, it's another not quite there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they always it's obviously their existing problems. They always get overshadowed by the villain. But I'll say
the hero, you mean?
I mean, yeah, by the hero. But I'll say is if there is a Doctor Strange 2, I think they would put a very nice setup for Baron Mordo. Where he's a character that you're invested in. He's a character that had an arc over the course of the film.
Right.
Like that was actually, I thought, a very good villain setup and kind of better than I've seen.
Chiwetel's great doing basically the MCU's version of Anakin, if you will.
Yes.
So let's talk about Mordo because he is, in a lot of ways, kind of our gateway into this, where he is, brings Strange into this world and kind of a mentor in a way, but more like a brother, which is great because I think that captures again the Anakin Obi-Wan kind of thing.
Right. You are like a brother to me.
Yeah, pretty much, right? But if they had, I don't know if I quite buy his villain turn at the end, the heel turn or whatever. His idea of being shocked that the Ancient One, whom I believe he actually explained, she's lived for hundreds of years. And Ancient One is the title that's passed down. And so it's just kind of dawning on him that she's been drawing from the dark dimension to stay alive longer. And he never once wondered, how did all the other Ancient Ones live so long? I didn't quite buy that.
I felt like with both groups, with Caecilius's group and the Ancient Ones group, is they're not questioning their leaders. It's just like, oh, no, she's in the position, this is what she does. I'm not going to, and because he even says that to Strange a couple of times, like, why are you questioning her? It's like, this has not occurred to him in any level. It's just like, we're doing good work. She's redeemed me out of my past. And,
what do they do all day though? Seriously, there just seems to be I don't, even Caecilius and then he steals the pages and then what? It took him years to
well, let's go see a movie.
Exactly. All right, who wants pizza? Conjure one up. It just seems like, what do you do all day? It just seems kind of empty.
It's a pretty chill lifestyle. I mean, they're really enjoying it up there.
And also, you didn't really need to have any special, not that I want it midi-chlorians or some crap, but anybody can just learn magic if you're open-minded. It didn't seem terribly special in that regard.
And the thing, the joking about what do they do all day, it's also that's the thing about even Caecilius, am I saying his name right?
Yeah, Caecilius.
He has several people working for him, but you have no idea what's their deal, you know?
Yeah.
And like Scott Adkins, we know it's Scott Adkins,
Yeah, I
so
was
it's
like,
like
Scott
he gets to be
Adkins.
like the
You didn't even
kinda-
get a name.
He gets would be the one magic henchman who kind of gets a moment, but we still don't know anything.
I did love the doorway,
him,
the
you know.
portal stuff to like, dropping people off
that
at
was
different places.
great.
fun.
Like that was,
Reminded me
that
of
was
Time
like
Bandits.
so
Yeah.
so creative.
Yeah.
But yeah, like on a character level, we didn't really understand like. Yeah, like he's got his posse, but
Yeah.
where do they
But
come
let's
from?
let's go back to Mordo though, and we'll talk about that post credits tag then here, at least that second one. We'll talk about the first one later. But why does he want a world without sorcerers?
I
Because
feel
he
like he's hyper regimented. He's like, these are the rules. This is how I've been instructed. This is order, and she has broken the order. She's broken natural law, and therefore we can't trust any sorcerer to be the holder of natural law.
But don't they break natural law anytime they do that crap and create a little triangle?
No, I think conjuring is different from disrupting the natural order of things. This is just like, hey, we're making these spells to do this, that, and the other. Not, hey, we're gonna screw up time. We're gonna crash a building. We're gonna go, we're gonna break portals and dimensions. Like he's just like, hey.
So then won't he want to destroy Dormammu? Even though I know Dormammu is not a sorcerer, but like, if ultimately Mordo doesn't want any sorcerers, I mean, is he going to kill himself? Like, what is he, like, I don't get, what is his end game then?
He's
ultimately?
Sinestro.
Yeah.
He's totally Sinestro.
Yeah, and,
But-
that tag felt like the Green
It
Lantern
did,
tag.
but at least it had some motivation. The Green Lantern
Yeah.
tag had literally none. It was like, we're friends now.
Yeah,
And,
and a yellow suit. Look at me.
But I do think that
Banana.
the sequel. I don't want to open with like I am fully evil. Like we still have to
Yeah.
see more of like I am disillusioned.
He needs his Attack of the Clones, you're saying?
yeah.
He needs an inciting event that makes him just maybe strange, does something maybe, or somebody
Yeah.
magic
maybe
opens
something
something.
from
Turning his
Infinity
back
War.
on them isn't the same as like turning against them. So
Yeah.
I still think we're going to need.
But did he
that.
really have to do that to Benjamin Bratt? That seems so mean. You're going to seek out the guy, make him crippled again, and then does he kill him or does he just?
No, I think he
don't
just
think
left
so.
him just like.
What an a-hole. Seriously.
Sorry,
what
Ben.
a bastard. All right, so the other big villain, obviously, we mentioned Dormammu, the Dread Dormammu.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We've seen the giant space thing a few times and not done well. Fantastic Four tried it, and Green Lantern. If you can't see it, we have a Green Lantern.
Collection.
The Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Fantastic Four, Green Lantern. Did you like the way they did this iteration of Dormammu? I kind of miss old Firehead in his purple suit, but that's just me.
I wouldn't have minded a physical kind of representation of like a single body, and maybe he expands into the other larger
Yeah.
thing later. But it would have been nice to have him square off with a person, at least for part of the conversation, not
Yeah.
giant face in the sky. But I will say, out of Parallax and Galactus, this was way better.
It wasn't the crap cloud that was.
Oh
for
God! It
Parallax.
was
No.
like the stuff that comes out of your vacuum cleaner.
And again, it was a clever sequence as far as how he kept being killed and coming back.
The
and
loop
how,
was great.
And how he
was a
kept
very
used that
Captain
against,
Kirk thing
Used
of
that
like-
against Dormammu. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that
like
it was
that.
basically a Captain Kirk thing of I will talk this thing
I will
into
annoy
insanity.
you.
Like Captain
For
Kirk.
eternity.
You said that
Captain
Strange
Kirk
is an
used to do
a-hole,
that
so he's
stuff.
going to use
Right.
that.
Exactly, yeah.
The greatest magic is his ability.
It's his a-holeness. But yeah, I think Dormammu, it could have been a real disaster if it didn't work, because again, our two reference points
Yes.
were two very bad comic book movies. But I think I'm curious to see where they go with Dormammu and the Dark Dimension. I mean, visually, the Dark Dimension was really awesome. I wasn't nuts about the look of Dormammu, and we found out that Benedict Cumberbatch actually was the facial
Mocap.
reference for the mocap
Yeah.
of that one, and some
voice.
unnamed. No, it wasn't. It was a
wasn't the
different.
voice.
It was a
Oh,
different actor.
interesting.
Different British actor. But yeah, curious to see what they do with Dormammu. I mean, in an MCU that has Thanos. Is Dormammu a greater threat ultimately than Thanos? And so, and Dormammu just wanted the Earth because he wanted to turn it into like a lifeless husk.
Right, right.
Hey, come November 8th, that might happen. Oh, I'm sorry, zing, boom, boo. Thumbs down.
He's there. I think he's somebody that you can revisit. He's
Yeah.
but he doesn't necessarily have to be an impending threat to the Earth.
Yeah.
They can explore.
But
other
I
stuff.
would hope that isn't the only thing we do with him, though. Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like there should be more.
Yeah. All right. Well, we want to hear what
More
you
Mamu.
guys thought of the more Mamu. What you guys thought of the villains in Doctor Strange. Let us know in the comments.